There's always kind of one goofy story I always kind of wanted to ask you about and pick your brain on, because I saw the YouTube clip in 13 of the suspension. It's the one blemish on your record. The only context I have on it is the clip starts, you're behind 2-0, you're facing McCutchen. It looked like kind of a fastball or something. Maybe they kind of tailed in on him a little bit. So is there some sort of story behind what happened there, or what really happened, or what happened before all that led up to that? What's the deal?
So, I think you know the unwritten rules of baseball. It's one of those things. But that was Garrett Cole's major league debut that day.
Okay.
And he was throwing really, really hard, as he still does. And he was amped up. But he hit Marco Scudero in the hand, and he broke his left pinky finger. And then he threw an inside fastball, and he hit Gregor Blanco in the ribs and took him out of the game as well. And I was just came in the game, and I was pitching inside, and one got away from me.
Yes, very unfortunate how that happens sometimes.
Right,
so.
Exactly.
Yes.
Luckily that it only got away from me on his lower half.
Yes. Are you expecting to be suspended then? You kind of know that's coming?
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. Especially, everyone's been warned and all that. And, I think if you watch the rerun of that, as soon as the umpire comes out and takes his mask off, I start walking off the field.
I don't think you said a word. I watched the clip. I don't think you said a word. You just walked off, and That was pretty much it.
I think I did the due diligence of taking 2 or 3 steps toward home plate, obviously knowing that nothing was going to happen. Andrew McCutchen and I were teammates after that a couple of years later, and he's a great guy and awesome guy. But you do the customary, take a few steps forward and then a little veer left to the dugout.
Yeah, like you said, you guys played together a couple years later. Does that ever come up in conversation? Does he remember that? Does he bring that up to you? How does that go?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny actually. So I got revocable waiver trade claimed, whatever you want to call it, in August.
Yes.
After the 2017 trade deadline. So I get a call, and our GM at the time, Bobby Evans, was like, you know what, George, you guys were all on revocable waivers, and the Pirates have claimed you to block you from going to the Cubs, and we are going to actually let your rights go to the Pirates. And I was like, oh my God, really? So that was probably an even more difficult day, was leaving a cemented place that I had been for so long to go there. But
yeah.
I go to Pittsburgh, and I get there. I get to the PNC Park for the first time, and I'm sitting in in Clint Hurdle's office with the pitching coach and the GM with Neil. And Clint goes, after you go to your locker and drop your stuff off, just do me a favor before game time. Find McCutchen and just make sure you guys are cool. And he said it with a smile on his face, and Clint's a little bit of a joker, and it was fine. But I went and found McCutchen and introduced myself formally, and I was like, "Hey man, you all right from a couple years ago? Has your rear end healed? Are we all good?" And he started laughing. He's like, "All good, man. I knew it was coming. So it was fun. We laughed it off, and Andrew's a great guy.